Hi guys, it's been a while since I've done anything. I've been doing things, but no time to do a tutorial or anything like that. But I have a little time today and some downtime, so I am going to work on some signs with these wood scraps. My daughter got stopped by a construction place and where they was doing construction, and she picked up these blocks because she knows I use stuff like this. Anyways, it's different. So 1x6s, cut the ends of them, and this 2x4s. And I'm going to do two different signs, a tutorial on those. And I have a few here to show you so you can see what I'm going to be working on that I've already finished. Okay, I did this one. This is made out of one of the 1x6s. And here's another scrap that I worked on, finished. And then this is one I just done the other day, just finished the other day, getting it ready. It's a ways till Christmas, but I don't like to work on them at the last minute. This way I'll have it ready and ready to set up. Anyways, this is what I'm going to be doing, and I'll have to be doing it in parts, but the video will be put together, so we'll see in a little bit. Okay, now here I have put the stain on the boards and painted the plaster color on the board and sanded them down on the edges. Kind of distressed them a little bit. I can't remember this is the one that goes this way or this way. Anyways, and that's that one. And here's this one. And now I have to cut the stains out. So I'll be right back. Okay, now that I have my wood stained and painted, I am going to design what's going to go on it. And normally I use shelf liner or contact paper, I would say, but I have switched now to Oramask 813 by Oracle. It's a stencil film. It's much easier and I don't have to fight the bleeding as much. So I've started using that. Okay, to start with, I'm going to go into my design store, or to the library, I mean, sorry, it's up here on this tab. And I am using 4.1, which is in beta. So for those of you that's haven't switched over to 4 yet, this is going to be different. Where things are and how to use them, it's going to be a little different. But if you go to it, I really like the program now. It's got some added features that are real nice, but I'm not going to get into those right now. Okay, so I'm going to use this Thankful and Blessed on one. Alright, and I am going to draw a rectangle, and then I'm going to resize it to my size, which is, let me check my board. Okay, 4 by 5.5. It's 5.5 wide. I'll put 5.5, and then I'll hit enter. And high is 4 inches high. So I'll put 4 point, enter, and that's going to size it. And I'm going to bring my Thankful and Blessed up here. I'll see that I might make it a little that way and a little stretch it out just a little this way. Let's see how that looks. Okay, now to center it, make sure it's all centered properly, because I'm going to cut, this is going to be the size of my board, so I can put it right on there. I'm going to hit this and hold down my shift key and hit the frame. I'm going to go over here to Open Transform Panel, and I'm going to hit this right here, and I'm going to center it. And it centers this correctly on in the rectangle there. Okay, for my next one, I'm going to go back into my library, and let's see, what one was it? This one here. I'm going to do this one. I'm going to resize that down. And now I'm going to make my rectangle. And I'm going to size it to, okay, click on it, go up here. It is going to be, high is going to be, wait, that's wide, 5 inches. So 5 point enter. And the height of it is 5.5. I'll put in 5.5, hit enter, and it sizes it to the size I want. Okay, now I'm going to bring this up in here, and it looks like it's wide enough. I just wanted a little, I want to stretch it out a bit. See how that looks. Okay, that looks about right. I'm going to highlight the same, hold my shift key and highlight the rectangle, open up my transform, and I'm going to hit this one right here and center it. Okay, let's see how that looks. Right there, right there. It looks good. Okay, from here I'm going to go to my Cameo and cut this out. Okay, I decided I need to show how I send it to my Cameo since this is a new version. Some of you may still be working with a 3.8 and below. And with this is what you do. I go up to the send button up here, and I'm going to change from cardstock to vinyl matte is what I use. It works perfect. It cuts it perfect. And that puts it on a speed of, or a blade depth of 1 and a speed of 5, force 10. And now it's ready to start cutting. I am using the auto blade for this. This is where you would change your blade, whichever blade you want to set on. And I will just hit send to Cameo and it'll start cutting. Okay, I have loaded my mat with my oracle on it, and I'm going to hit send. It's adjusting the blade to 1. This is my cat. He's laying there. He's normally trying to get on my keyboard. He's 17. Didn't know when he stays right by me. Situated here now. Okay, it's finished. Okay, now it's ready for me to weed. And I'm going to have to turn my light on so I can see. That's going to put a glare on y'all. But I'm just going to start it. so you can kind of see what I'm doing. I'm going to weed out the letters. Oh, a little piece came up. It's my middle of my E. They're really hard to keep on there too. Keep that one. Oh, that E came just fine. Okay, this is what I'm doing. I'm going to remove the letters and leave the inside of them on there. Situate that back. I'm going to finish weeding this, and I'll show you what I do from there to get it onto the board. Be right back. Come on, get your little corner up. Okay, now I'm ready to put the transfer top on it. Okay, this is what I'm going to use to put it for the pull the stencil up and put it transfer tapes. What I'm trying to think of, and it is, I buy it in a big roll, and I think I got this from H&H Sign, and it's Clear Choice AT65 transfer sheet, and it comes in a big roll like this, or you can get it in sheets, I believe. I just get it like this because I use a lot of it. Okay, alright, I'll put this on there. Let me get my, and I'll get that down on there good. And let's see, start it. Piece that's not wanting to come up with it. Just gotta go, take it slow and easy. It'll come up. Oh, not watching to see if I'm in frame. Okay, there. This went on this board here. I'm going to have to stand up to see what I'm doing here. Looks like I got the measurements a little. That looks good. Down through the middle first, then out. Make sure my little bitty piece of B, yeah, it stayed in there. Or the E. Okay, there's that one. I'm going to put this one on because you see how I've done that one. I'm going to do it the same way. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm ready to do the stenciling. What I'll do first is I'll put a coat of the plaster on, the plaster color from Waverly, the chalk paint. It's the same color as the background. That way it'll seal it and there won't be any bleeding. That's why I can't stand bleeding. Some think it's okay. And it is okay, because I think, wow, that looks fine when they do it. But I can't stand it when it happens to me. Just put a generous coat on. I'll just lather it on. Real fast. No, not trying to be neat or anything. Just making sure it's sealing off the letter so when I put the black on, it doesn't bleed under there. And sometimes when I do this, I don't get far enough down on my letters. And it aggravates me. Especially on the black. Okay. Set that aside to dry. Oh, that knocked my drink over. Do this one. Now, I'll set these aside to dry, and I'll pull this off and put the black coat on. Okay, now I'm ready to paint my black, and for the black I just use the acrylic crafter's paint that I bought at Hobby Lobby. Okay. And I'm not real careful with this one either. Just put it on. This is kind of why I was using a makeup sponge that I tapped on to keep it from bleeding. This is much faster and easier. Sometimes I'll get a little bleeding, but it's nothing I can't touch up or not really that noticeable. And you just smear it on. I'll probably let this dry a little bit and put 2 coats on. That way I also make sure I didn't miss anything. Hope I didn't run down on my sign. Okay, and then I'll do the next one. These really do not take that long to do, but it does when you're trying to film. Because in between drying, I can go take a little break. Go get something to drink or eat or whatever. If you didn't have a cameo, you know, you could take your wood and stain it and paint it. And you could trace it on with carbon paper or something. I don't even know if they have carbon paper anymore. Or something. Or freehand it. Any way you want to do it. You don't have to have a Cameo to do this. Or a Cricut. Or all the others. Silver Bullet. What else they have? Okay, I'll be back. Okay, it's dry now. Or it has 2 coats. It's a little wet in spots, but that's okay. I'll pull it off wet, but I get this, you just start pulling it off. Sticky. Well, you have to make sure when you put your paint on, you'll peel your paint off with this stuff. If you don't make sure that your paint is dry, I always paint it and leave it overnight, just so I don't get the white paint or the plaster paint color coming up with this tape, because it will pull it off to the where it's been stained. Sometimes I've had it do that and it looks good. It's a little more distressed, and I'll just go ahead and run some sandpaper over it. That looks fine, but if you don't want your paint to come up, make sure your paint is thoroughly dry. I have a bad habit of scratching my paint too with this. Yeah. Ah, I'm scratching my board. Don't want to do that. Let's see. I was trying to tell if there was something in there. Bring it up my software and see if there's something that needs to come out of that. Oh. Yes, there is a little tiny piece in there somewhere. I may have to wait to get that off camera because I'm going to have to. Anyways, you just finished taking all these pieces out. Boy. Scratching my paint. Because I can't see where it's at. I'll wait and do that. It's going to be noisy. And then here's this one. And it really doesn't take that long. It's just when I'm doing a process video, it seems to take longer. But this one is definitely for me. Yep, this one's mine. This one I'll probably just keep back for a gift. And these were all made out of just scrap pieces of wood that my daughter had picked up at a construction site. I did get a chop saw. I do buy wood or a miter saw and cut down bigger pieces of wood, but I always I'll take scraps any day. I can make nice little gifts out of them. If you have any questions, just let me know and I'll get back with you. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.